Hi, hello, welcome to the Counselorship Report brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Pierces of Lucy. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for Gemini energy, mainly rising. If you do not know your rising, start with your North Node. Start there, look at whatever other energy you want. It just decreases in accuracy depending on the month and your specific chart, okay? Give or take. Now, hey, happy birthday. If you are a Gemini sun, it is the Gemini season. So for Gemini rising, the sun will be in your first house. So that'll illuminate your path a little bit. More enlightened than illuminate. Illumination is moon, enlightenment is the sun. Okay. Again, my name is Serene Pierces of Blosi. I'll be your oracle today. And we will do a special reading for Gemini. It's going to be longer than the others. Maybe. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing, and since I'm deciding on the fly, maybe I should be quiet, right? I'm not disorganized, I'm just unclear. Now, the song that I was hearing coming into this reading was, I don't know who sings the song. It's just one of them days that a girl goes through when I'm angry inside. Don't want to take it out on you. Yeah, but the part is, I just wanna be all alone. And you think I treat you wrong, don't take it personal, baby. Yeah, well, okay. I had to let that out. I couldn't keep it in. Okay, I had to let that out. Ooh, I'm glad that came out. Okay, so we're going to lay down a couple few tarot cards. That'll give us the general energy. More tarot cards will come out, but those modify or clarify these initial four cards. This initial four cards will tell us the overall and general energy as we're gathered here today for the counselorship. Technically, it's the galactic counselorship, but it's more of an ingress. Okay, the sun moves into the sign of Gemini, regardless if it's give or take a day. In my house, the 22nd through the 21st. That's the month, okay? Yes, the calendar, the la-di-da, the yada-yada, the stars, the whatever, the what have you, the so on and so forth may say other things. Give or take a couple few days, okay? Just one of them days that the girl goes through when I'm angry inside. Don't want to take it out on you. I don't know why I'm laughing. Somebody's in their feelings. So Chariot, we're moving on, moving forward from something. We have the Three of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Chariot. Again, we have the Three of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Chariot. The Three of Wands, that's about clearance, credentials, passage, franchise, purchase. The road is open. A road is clear. The gate is unobstructed. We've conjured something up, called something in. We say that's the ships coming in. Yeah, okay, kind of, sort of, maybe, pseudo, sorta. Knight of Cups is taking actions from the heart. It's driving the path forward, okay, expanding it really, according to the suit. So the cups are about authenticity, genuineness, and sincerity. They also have something to do with the unconditional love of the divine. We're going on our path according to, and see, these also bring in angelic energy. The knights specifically, so that would be the order of the cherubim. They protect sacred space. So something about the Holy Grail, Sangreal. Now we also have here this Two of Wands. So that's about being at a crossroads, but the crossroads is open. The road be open, yo. Now I'm hearing that song, See You at the Crossroads. It always reminds me of my brother. Could we have like energy here? So the chariot is about driving life forward, okay, moving forward, going forward, leaving whatever is behind, usually obstacles or issues. It also can be about preparing for some type of come up, some type of move, some type of coming or going, or just an initiation. Now, listen to this. The chariot is always either Mars conjunct the sun or Mercury conjunct the sun, aspecting either the other energy, Mars or the moon. Does that make sense? So this can bring in the energy of the moon, Mars, sun, and Mercury. And we have sun, Mars, Mars. Okay. So this is something interesting here. So the Knight of Cups in Il Carro, the chariot, we could have some kind of Mars in Cancer or the fourth house, or a Cancer rising from Liminal 11 Publishing. We have This Might Hurt Tarot to Impose the Guidance, and that's by Isabella Rotman. Okay. And then Virtues of Abundance is the Galactic Temple of Ascension, delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. If anything resonates deeply with you, go ahead and comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. And then it's yeah, oh my God, Bone Thugs in Harmony. I do not know any of the lyrics, but that always evokes a very um, I get a little weepy when their music comes on. It's just like nostalgic memories. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups and the Chariot, and I just pulled on it to see the correlative energy, corresponding energy, if whatever this Cancer energy is, if it's a Cancer rising, Mars and Cancer, Mars in the fourth house, we have fidelidad. That's some type of, fixation on loyalty, fixation on service, fixation on keeps coming back, a firm, unshakable belief. It's as if we've grown into or matured into or evolved into this loyalty. So there is some kind of unconditional love of the divine. We have longing, hoping, wishing, praying. Sospiri, it's the longing. Okay, with amore. So there's more on the way. Something is hoping, wishing, praying. And there's a crossroad here, hoping that whatever, however, comes through, pulls in. So you won't be lonely. I'm hearing that. So we get to continue shuffling here. I'm so happy. Oh, we have a timing indication here. In a couple few days, something's going to start. It's already on the way. Some kind of actions of the heart by the weekend. There might be a connect, or we might come across the path, or something comes towards us. Hierophant, Six of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Five of Cups. So it seems like in the past there was a triangulation, but something's going to be righted, something's going to be aligned. Somebody here with the Six of Pentacles and the La Papa, the Hierophant, they may have their moon in Taurus, moon in the second house, which means that there's been a petition to the universe, a granting of favor has been petition granted, motion carries, favor is given. Now, over the last 6 weeks or so, there was a breakup or spilled milk or disappointment or mourning or grief, remorse even. Because of some triangulation or third party, somebody chose what they thought was choosing them, and then a reality came or a bubble burst. Harsh reality, Three of Swords, a bubble bursting, Five of Cups. Hierophant can be relationships, typically unions or communions, not really partnerships, but it's if it is a partnership, it's a union that's been sanctified, not always made sacred or ordained by the divine, but it can very much be. Hierophant typically talks about a like a spiritual rank or a sacred duty or a sacred office or God duties and obligations, going by the book, policies, procedures, protocols, coming correct, status quo. With the Six of Pentacles, it's about give and take, doing the right thing, or something of that nature. And it's about something that happened a few weeks ago. So there definitely is sacred office here and some kind of union. Four of Wands. I was going to shuffle again, but this kind of came through. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles here. Seven of Cups. Five of Pentacles. So on our end, there was a loss, Gemini. We dealt with a loss. Now, it might not have been like left out in the cold, like it talks about here, Five of Pentacles. It might not have been remorse, regret, being broken up with, Five of Cups. It could have been. Because a double five usually means something got debilitated, something had a decline, something, you know, destabilized. It's a double five. It's a pre-chaos energy. It's basically with the Five of Pentacles, there's always a need to make changes, or it does mean that we were left out in the cold, we were abandoned and or exiled. Now we have a Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles, which means undesirable, untouchable. So somebody could broken up with us. The Seven of Cups, if that happened, if we're dealing with another party, which is kind of starting to show, could we have a three, a seven, and or a nine here. So we have a three and a seven. So this other side is confused, or they have a lot of options. They're looking for things that are looking for them. Or they're just confused. I mean, I wouldn't say that because there is a little bit of clarity here. They know what they want, they have an intention, but they can be, yeah. Fairy thoughts and fairy winkle bloom medallion. So that just means there's fairy favors. It's a mirage, an illusion, a confusion, a delusion, some kind of gassing, smoke and mirrors, or um, mirror magic, or glamour. There might be something unhealed, unawakened. There might be, an addiction of some kind. It doesn't always mean substances. It can mean a process addiction. There could be oscillation, vacillation, rumination, you know, intrusive thoughts even, but coming up as an experience. Promise to be free, dolphins playing in the sea, all the sea dreams come to me. Yeah, so somebody's in their feelings, in their emotional. Cause we have like a little bit, we have a lot of Mars here energy, a lot of Mars energy here, and we have a lot of Venusian energy here as well. Skin tight, skin golden. I promise to be free. So there's a road to take here because there's judgment on our side, Gemini. So that means that there might have been, with the double five, there could have been some type of second chance or salvation or redemption. Something happened in the past and it's coming back to be corrected. Page of Wands is the golden child. Page of Wands with the Eight of Wands means feeling expansive, maybe even exploratory. The Nine of Pentacles. So if we are dealing with another party, they're single and or um, they've been left to their own devices. So we're going towards this opening of the heart, or some seeds that have been planted finally paying off. Something needs to be tweaked a couple few ways. It's not just that changes need to be made, Five of Pentacles. Something needs to be evened out, balanced, or brought into alignment, Six of Pentacles. The seeds that were planted might not grow. So there's never anything wrong with the soil. There's never anything wrong with the seed. There might be something wrong with the nourishment and the attention and the care that goes into it. I don't see a Two of Pentacles, something to talk about attentiveness. There's a crossroad here. There's been a pivot. And it says here that we're being victorious, but when you have the Chariot and the Judgment card, it means saving someone, saving something. We might need to stick up, raise our hand up, ask for help. Five of Pentacles very much is about asking for help, asking for support. With the Five of Cups, there is an inherent aspect of accepting defeat or accepting a difficult circumstance. We may be silent or secret, or with the Seven of Swords, I'm not getting deception, especially with the Judgment here. That would mean if there was a trespass, we'd already be under karma. And we have a double ace here. So that's a union. We have a pair of fives, a pair of aces, a pair of sevens, a pair of threes. We have a triple seven and a pair of eights already, a triple eight. We have a triple seven, triple eight, and a Two of Cups at the top. So this is love, or union, communion, partnership, soulmate union. Doesn't always mean lover, McLover. People that are from the same soul family. We all have some abstract of assignment together, whether it's catalytic or twin flame or karmic or whatever. But Two of Cups also means we're on the same page. We have a bond with someone, and there was being broken up with, and it's closer to the past, and in the future is a relationship. And there's a little bit of new person energy here, but yeah, I'm not going to negate it. So we have the Two of Wands, Three of Wands, and Four of Wands. That's a progressive. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No 10. So this isn't sealed into the physical yet. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, no 10. We have a pair of aces. We have a triple eight. We have a triple seven. We have a pair of twos. We have a pair of threes. We have a pair of fives. We have this Two of Cups, union, communion, partnership. It's really more about being on the same page with somebody, having a bond with somebody. And it evolves into these pair of eights. On our end, we have the Eight of Pentacles. It's clarified by the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Wands. That's telling me that there is some creative new beginning that we might be secretive, deceptive of. I don't feel that there's deception, I'll be honest. I feel like it was hidden and we were lacking cunning, strategy, tactic. There was a truth right in front of us. It might have been veiled, or it might have been something going on in broad daylight that we didn't have the wherewithal to see. There might have even been some type of ineptitude on our end, a lack of skillfulness, if you would, because it clarifies the Judgment with the Page of Wands. If somebody spoke their intentions, we would have caught it. But I don't feel like, I feel like it was a quiet ask. I feel like it was a subtle hint. And we missed the boat, but we're preparing to move forward, okay? With the Chariot and the Knight of Cups, it's clarified by a little bit. So this Nine of Cups is about taking actions of the heart. We've been planting seeds, sowing seeds, making investments, and we're wanting a bigger, brighter, and better something. We want a little joie de vivre, a little flair. With this Page of Wands, we were up until recently bored. We might be being prepared for some type of transmission from our lineage, or we're being prepared to learn about the facts of life, how to go out there and strike our will upon the universe, Page of Wands. There may even be receiving good news or an invitation because this page faces to the right. It goes into the future towards the east. Um, so that's what this Knight of Cups is about. This Chariot is the same thing. It's a confirmation of the Knight of Cups. The Chariot always confirms the Knight of Cups. And this Chariot, again, if there's an invitation here, because the page is usually the Empress plus the Judgment card, and we have the Judgment card here. It's like the Queen would be the High Priestess plus the Judgment card, the Queen of Wands. So the Judgment goes with the Wand, just like the the Hangman goes with the Cups, or the Fool goes with the Swords, or the World goes with the Pentacles. It's the encoding of the tarot. So we have the Judgment here already confirming a lot. And so this Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, that's not about anything other than we had to learn a harsh lesson here. It wasn't even a karmic lesson. Five of Wands. It was more about like we needed to have our bubble burst, Five of Cups. We needed to ask for what we wanted, Five of Pentacles. And we learned that lesson to Judgment. Actually, there was some type of salvation, redemption, maybe even a second chance, if you would. Vertex of Abundance is the Galactic Temple of Ascension, delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. If anything resonates deeply with you, go ahead and smash that like button. From Ripe Avocado, we'll be using the minor arcana from the Cosmic Coven Tarot to deliberate any findings for pairings. That's like repetitive cards here. We have a triple this, a double this. You hear what I'm saying? So Nine of Cups for this pair of fives. We have the Nine of Cups with the overall energy of the King of Pentacles. So something's going to manifest, whether it's some technical skill or some grand external commitment, because either the power of the situation, or if there is a third party, it's the Queen of Cups, the Three of Swords. There might be some type of, if we're going up against another party, and it may or may not be that way. I'm getting mostly love and drive, desires, passions, motivations. I'm not getting work. We may be working on something with the Eight of Pentacles, but I'm getting like an invitation to passion, to bed pleasure, to love, to romance. Yeah, the Two of Cups with any six present can talk about bed pleasures, especially with the Two of Wands. That's another hanky-panky card. So on our end, Nine of Cups with the Seven of Cups, we're actually being chosen. We might think that we're doing the choosing. We're actually being chosen. Somebody chooses us. Nine of Cups with the Three of Swords. So there was some triangulation or a wound. Somebody might have had a rupture, a rude awakening. There's some kind of, I don't know, delay, dispersal, diversion, division. Queen of Cups, they're looking for some type of commitment or somebody that can make a commitment. I think somebody here wants to be in a relationship. Okay, so we're looking at this pair of twos. A pair of twos talks about partnership. And I know when I say partnership, it usually sounds like a marriage partnership. We have a pair of aces, which is a union. So union is different than partnership in terms of union is always union communion, basically meaning like, a relationship. The partnership can mean friends, can mean business partners. It doesn't always mean marriage partners. So 4 cards popped out for the pair of twos. So we actually have a blind spot spread. What both parties are aware of is Nine of Pentacles, being single, or that's going to happen relatively soon. What this other party is aware of is that they're looking to build. What we are aware of is that we've been going through some type of karmic cycle that's nearing the end. What we don't know is that something is approaching. Something's coming through, pulling through, coming hard, coming harder, or just coming at us quickly. Let's say it that way. So I want to say this other party that we're up against, they were going through some changes as well. So I think we've both been broken up with, or some abstract version of that. It might not be the word break up, but something ended, or milk has spilled, or there's been a decline in the matter. Yeah, and this other side is coming back. They're returning. The Knight of Wands is the returner. It's also the Order of the Seraphim. Protection, purification, and reverence. Yeah, so we are in a little bit of a holding pattern. But as we, yeah, so Queen of Swords. The thing about that is like we are single, but we're also discerning. So we've been made to cry. Something happened where our heart got a little bit broke. We have this triple eight, Otho eight. Yeah, Five of Cups. So this that's spell work. It's actually a weave of spells, three eights. It's starting to backfire. Overall energy, Nine of Swords. If there's another party, they're the ones doing this because Five of Swords, it blocked us because we were the ones going to receive an invitation. And we're going to receive it retroactively because it was blocked. Five of Swords. There's a third party here, Seven of Pentacles. They were planting seeds to make sure that this didn't come through. And it already took place. This double seven is an alert or an alarm. This triple seven is actually an alarm. There's an alarm of manipulation here with the Seven of Swords. There's an alert to some type of strategy, agenda, tactic, operation. So there might be an op here. Seven of Cups, illusion, delusion, confusion, mirage, glamour, manipulation. Something backfired. Nine of Swords, a spell did not work. Nine of Swords, Five of Cups. There was somebody targeted something to break it up. There's a double five here, so another depletion. Seven of Swords, Five of Cups. I mean, Seven of Pentacles, Five of Cups. Something didn't work. Their plan wasn't effective. We're going through this pair of aces now. That's a union communion partnership. Three of Cups here. Okay, so Three of Cups is the coven if the Three of Pentacles is out, which is a cabal. Two threes can mean co-creation, collaboration, cooperation, unless one of them is the Three of Cups or the Three of Pentacles, which we have both. So there's Three of Cups with the Four of Cups. A friend either wants more Four of Cups, or they feel rejected because they wanted more, or they detached because we wanted more. Eight of Swords here, so we might be second guessing, or we might have some terms and conditions to go through. Something's been going on for a long time to leave us in a sunken place, apathetic. And it's some type of working as well. So we need to talk it out whenever we figure out what this love or what this union is about. We need to talk it out because that's really what's going to happen. If the two minds come together, it'll actually grow. And the Two of Cups is here, but it feels very friendly. It's like it's not quite rooted in a union back and forth. It seems to be like on a cordial basis. Vertex of Abundance is the Galactic Temple of Ascension, delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. Today, from Etsy, we'll be deliberating the findings for any type of pairing union here through the Cup of Love Oracle by Vibe About It Tarot. What's up with this pair of aces? Okay, so we're in the season. It says spring here, but it doesn't always need to mean spring because some of us are in another hemisphere. So spring is also the archetype of a blossoming, seeds that were planted starting to, reaping what we sowed, growth, fecundity, fertility. It may have something to do between March 20th and June 20th. It appears that the other side we're connected to settled for something, but they're sentimental about us because we've been connected in the 5D, and there is twin flame here. With the Four of Wands and the Two of Cups, we have soulmate union and twin flame union. So that's another thing to check here, besides the double ace. Somebody's not being clear. It's probably us about how we feel. We might not have opened up about our feelings. But there's some type of glow up here, and we're connected to the divine feminine, and they're beginning to chase. We have the runner on our end and the chaser on their end. So the polarity has shifted. As it says here that the divine feminine is chasing. So I don't know. Usually that's not the thing to do, but we have the judgment and the chariot. I would never say this, but I'm compelled to say it. With the judgment and the chariot, it usually means saving someone. So I don't ever suggest that the feminine gets up off the throne and chases after the masculine, but we might have did something here, or there might have been a misunderstanding. I still don't agree. I still think like, hey, if you're going to take flight and you're not even going to sit there and check the situation, try to assess the situation, whatever happens is whatever happens. But this next card coming out is saying fulfilled. So we have everything that we want and need, going after what you want and getting what you want out of life, feeling happy and satisfied with one's life completion and achievement. When I'm with you, I feel complete. I feel as if I've won the best prize of all. You're exactly what I need and want in my life. Yeah, we end up being the chaser here. But we are connected to somebody who's in their divine feminine, and so are we. But here's the deal. When it comes up divine feminine for the masculine, it usually means that they're not in a season of taking action and implementing it. They're usually in a season of nurturing and creativity, which also is another word for gestation. There's something brooding inside of them that will come out in a season or two, usually anywhere between 88 to 150 days. And who's like, somebody might be like, who's gonna wait 3 months? It's just a retrograde. There's a retrograde every 88 days, girl. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm hearing that song, You Are My Lady. Yeah, everything I need and more. Your heart. Okay, so on the 777, we have a 5 here. So there was something witchcraft. designed to break our heart or to break us up or to drive a wedge between something. Somebody wanted to swap the situation because it's a witch. I don't know if it's jealousy or hater or what, because the Five of Wands is picking out, it's peeking out, but it's not coming. It's as if I don't know the why here, so it's hard to see what went down because I don't know the why. What's this pair of threes? Collaboration, co-creation, cooperation. Like I said, if we talk about it, things will come out. There might have been some decisions that happened. I think the magic was unwitting, but it's hard to believe that with a triple eight. Something in there had to be intentional. I'm sorry to say. Because now what happens is that, okay, so what I do see is the interchange between the energies. At one time, the person we were connected to was in the Five of Swords, feeling procrastinating or feeling short sighted or feeling blocked or feeling standards and boundaries, betrayed, even manipulated openly. Seven of Swords is a manipulation, Five of Swords is a betrayal. So there's a third party here that interfered for a reason. Well, what is this reason? And we've read all the pairings. So this was a reading about some energy entity ideology from the outside in coming in to block. They wanted affection, adoration, appreciation, acknowledgement. It didn't happen in the way they thought. It didn't happen in the way they wanted. We have this Four of Wands and the Two of Cups. We're sweet on somebody. It's the second time that came out. But some third party very quickly stole because they had some faith. And this is in this deck is one of the witch cards. That and La Nimica. Yeah. So we somebody had affections for us and somebody else had affections for the person that has affections for us. And they intervened. It doesn't always need to be abracadabra, hocus pocus, brujeria, santeria. You know, sometimes lying could be considered witchcraft, especially if it's a certain type of bloodline or if it's in a collective. Three people gossiping at the water heater can be considered a coven. To lie or to deceive somebody, that's considered black magic. You don't need to always light candles. I highly doubt somebody didn't hear with the triple eight. Eights talk about spell work, fives talk about witchcraft, sevens talk about ritual and ceremony. So you have a triple seven, a triple eight, and a double five. I can't, it's hard for me to believe. And then whenever you have the chariot, it usually means overcoming something. So what is this judgment in the chariot? Because it means, oh, there's La Nimica, the other witch card in the deck. So we had Speranza and now La Nimica. Speranza is the good witch, La Nimica is the bad witch. Or let me say it this way, because good or bad, it's relative. The dark witch, the one who works out of chaos. So there was an intention to block some type of discovery here for us. And what they did was attack the person that we're connected to because of ego. Superbia. They had sometimes, and this happens a lot in the magical community or the practitioner community or the indigenous practitioner community. Somebody will take a personal injury as an offense, meaning being rejected, being turned down, somebody saying no, you know, something that this violated your standards, not even your boundaries or whatever. And they'll use the powers of their sacred office to retaliate. And that never works out well, especially if the other person has a sacred office of their own. In heaven, they don't allow the other citizens of heaven to war with each other. You'll get kicked out or suspended or stripped or something of that nature. So it's been an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me to do so. If anything I said resonates deeply with you, Gemini, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. Just a quick prayer for all those still lost out there. Delusion, confusion, lost in the seas of time, trapped somewhere in the matrix, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to the resplendent grace of the divine, unconditional, loving, universal oneness. And upon we love you, we're sorry. Please forgive us. Thank you. We pray that your steps are ordered, your path illuminated, and that you find salvation and redemption in this life. May you be happy, may you be whole, may you be well, may you be at peace, may you receive everything you ever wanted, starting with what you deserve until we meet again, until we read again. Das Vidania, sayonara, Avidazain, arrivederci, adios. Take good care, okay? Smash that like button. Bye-bye.